Welcome to a new era. Welcome to becoming wealthy. I read recently something that said along the lines of new beginnings and endings are really an illusion. They're really just part of us sometimes taking a pause and kind of picking up the thread of our lives as we create new stories. With that, I would like to welcome you into the show, and let's get into this new episode. Get ready for the next iteration of you on your path to becoming wealthy. On this show, you'll get the insider's view on wealth creation, the class none of us got taught in school, with my co-host, daughter, and beginning investor, Michelle Bosch. And now, let's get started. Who we are sometimes, or most of the time, and who we have been gives us an incredible momentum, But sometimes we come to points in our lives, to inflections in our life, where we crave a new beginning, a new becoming, a reinvention, a rebirth. And this is basically God redirecting our steps and us trying to get in line with what I think the entire world right now is feeling, which is a deep craving and desire for family, for faith, for really defining and redefining what wealth truly means for us personally. And that's what this new direction of this show is really all about, Many of us, and possibly maybe you, may have felt, trapped by the boxes that we create sometimes for ourselves, the paths that we create for ourselves. And it's incredibly liberating to remember that we are always on an ongoing process of becoming something new, of becoming somebody that is more truly who we are. And, in the spirit of that, I want to give a little bit of context for those of you that are joining us for the very first time here, and let you know that this podcast used to be called Inflow. Inflow was a show that was my creative pursuit and endeavor, talking about topics that were not just related to real estate per se, or business and entrepreneur per se, but that talked about other things that meant wealth for me. They were a little bit, I would say, almost raw, but I had an immense privilege of basically clarifying for myself things that I was learning, new things that I was discovering on my way to becoming, somebody completely different. And I was able to interview amazing women here, amazing thought leaders, some of them mentors, personal friends, clients. And I just want to say that it was a true privilege and honor to bring those stories to you guys and to everyone that has been listening. And now is really the time for me to step into a new level of leadership. And I am not going into this new level of leadership alone. I'm actually bringing my daughter, Sophia, who's a beginning real estate investor, into, this new path, into this new beginning, into this new era. And I'm super excited to be part of that new becoming for her, and possibly a new becoming for you, because I feel that, this era for me is nothing more than a deep craving of the soul of really trying to get in congruence with what I think the entire world out there is feeling, which is a deeper sense of connection with something bigger than ourselves, number one, a deeper connection with family, a deeper connection with who we truly are. And especially, right now in this world of cancel culture, of our kids and society in general being fed, and consuming all kinds of craziness, because that's what I, like to say it, quite frankly and candidly, that I think that not just us as adults, but the new generation that is coming behind us is also craving a life that is centered on family, on faith, on guiding principles that can help them have a true North Star as they come into young adulthood. Yeah. So this Becoming Wealthy podcast and this Becoming Wealthy show is bringing me into a new level, but it's also bringing my daughter into a new level of becoming as well as she moves and transitions. She's now, a high school student, and she's going to be soon transitioning, in just 3 years into, a college freshman and a young adult. I want to give everyone listening right now some personal updates, because I think that is important for all of you to kind of get a little bit of context. For the last 11 months, I have been going through a huge redirection in my personal life. And that started with Sophia actually, moving on from middle school, becoming a freshman in high school. She's now a sophomore in high school. And also in these last 11 months, I went from basically being full force and slowly feeling that my health and my radiance was kind of declining and feeling a little bit debilitated, to then going through a personal scare with breast cancer. Thank God, it wasn't breast cancer. And then eventually that led me to I would say, an ongoing quest for figuring out what was happening in terms of my health. And earlier this year, in 2023, I finally found out that I was positive for Lyme. And I actually received treatment. I took 6 weeks off to go to Germany to receive treatment. I am feeling so immensely better. During that time, I had really the opportunity to reflect and to kind of like reprioritize my life. And this is where also this new era and this new name, this new relaunch, of this show called Becoming Wealthy came from as well, because I recognized I only have 3 more summers with my daughter, and I had lost myself for a little bit in terms of not, I would say, putting family and faith first. We always talk about, us as entrepreneurs and business owners, about family being our biggest why. And it has always been my true north. But I recognize that in the last 4 years, especially, that I was not having family and faith as my main dish. They were kind of like my side dishes, yeah? And so this is me, again, redirecting and my focus, my attention, and shifting it and making family and faith kind of like my main dish, yeah? My main dish. And in so doing, really helping Sophia step into a new becoming, into a new level of growth for her. And I want to discuss with her basically what true wealth is all about. I want to give her an insider's view on what true wealth is all about, which is not just financial assets. So during this show, we're going to be talking about some real estate and financial strategies for sure that are actionable, that you're going to go ahead and be able to take and actually make money and implement. But we're also going to be talking about other kinds of assets, such as core value assets, assets of contribution, experiential assets, all things that basically in my journey of 22 something years, of an entrepreneur and investor have really helped me feel truly wealthy, and part of that has always been working and doing work that doesn't feel transactional to me, but that is absolutely transformational. So we're gonna have guests here, women, men that are gonna come and share basically their wisdom, their insights with the next generation of women, that starts with my daughter Sophia, but with the next generation of women that are gonna be basically trailblazers and paving the way for women that are seeking sometimes, perspective, but never permission, that feel confident, that feel courageous, and courage is about solidly expressing who we truly are and following callings of the heart. This is me basically helping her also get in touch with her own heart and trying to discover what is it that her heart is telling her that she should be doing, and sometimes we are not going to be getting that kind of education and that kind of knowledge in a traditional educational system, and that's why I'm bringing guests, along with me to come and impart this wisdom to my daughter and to many more other young women out there that want to start, defining, creating new models for themselves of what freedom looks like, of what financial freedom looks like, of what, working on things that bring you joy look like, on having fun while doing it at the same time. That's really what I want for her and for every single one of you that that is going to be listening and coming on this journey along with us. And for those of you in the Land Profits community that are wondering, what's going to happen, is Michelle still going to be in the Land Profits world? Land is my life. Real estate investing is my life. I have now shifted my focus into multifamily and into putting family and faith first, as I am telling you right now on this podcast. But I'm also going to be continuing to be involved in the Land Profits world as owner of Land Profit Generator. I have stepped down as CEO. I think Land Profit Generator right now is in an amazing place where in the last 4 years we have grown from being a team of 12 people to now almost 80 something team members, and their families, and where I've had the privilege and honor of having more than 1,000 clients, and families go through the Land Profit Masters coaching program. We have also been able to get on the Inc. 5000 list for 2 years in a row, and all of that, is incredibly deep and close to my heart. So I will always be in my role as owner, giving some strategic direction, making sure that what makes the Land Profits world and community so special, which is this deep human connection and these values of embodying integrity, of being transformational, of working always in excellence, of taking bold action, of really coming to the marketplace with solutions that really elevate families and bring families from 1 in a million to a category of 1. That involvement will continue. It's just that right now I'm also bringing, Sophia along on this new journey, on this new adventure with me, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a new adventure of much more playfulness, of much more, I would say, strategy, vision, focus, community. As a matter of fact, you're probably going to see me a little bit less on, for example, Facebook, much more on Instagram, doing Instagram lives, alone or in conjunction with Sophia, because I want Sophia to be not just a consumer of social media, but be an active participant out there, really putting into the world and into the airwaves, content that has family first, faith first, leadership first, some truly, deep guiding principles that are serving her as North Star that she can share with others, of her generation. This is an attempt at doing that, and this is why I'm going to be spending a little bit more time on those other platforms, including YouTube as well. So definitely follow me at Michelle Bosch Official on Instagram. Come on over to my YouTube channel as well, where actually the video episodes or the video content of this podcast is going to also be, shown there. So come on and join us there. You're going to also see a little bit of more me going and stepping into much more of a mentorship role. You're going to see probably events that are specifically tailored towards women, towards a new young generation of women as well. I'm excited about doing those as well. So you're going to see a little bit more of that coming along. Also a Becoming Wealthy playbook that I'm right now in the process of developing. You're gonna see that being released, and you're just generally gonna see me more in those platforms. So come along with me. So to wrap this episode up, courage means that we need to sometimes step into something new, into unknown territory. When we step into unknown territory, the most important thing that can anchor us is having faith in ourselves, number one. Number two, having faith in the goodness of others. And number three, seeking community. This community that we're building here together, Becoming Wealthy, I hope is that new home for you, where you can every single week come and join us on episodes where we're, like I said, going to be sharing wealth creation strategies, actionable stuff that you're going to be able to put into your life. But also we're going to be talking about these other assets that are not financial, that include experiential assets, assets of contribution, core values, faith, family, and other guiding principles. Thank you so much. And like I said, share this with an important woman in your life. Give us a 5-star review, and I look forward to spending time with you on the next episode of the Becoming Wealthy podcast, where actually Sophia Bosch is making her debut as co-host of the show. Thank you so very much.